Why would this? Huh. So you can just start your phone without even doing anything by waving your hands. Wow, that's crazy. All right. So I guess that's going to be the introduction, is me being slightly retarded, not understanding how to use a phone, even though I'm a middle-aged man. I should probably understand such things. But that's okay, because I understand the dating paradox, and that's what we're discussing today. So welcome. We're going to talk about self-improvement, self-development, how this is going to raise your vibration, this is going to make you a better man, and the paradox that's formed when it comes to dating as you improve. Now, at the start of your journey, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of women. You have to put a lot of focus, right? A lot of energy to get women, right? And that's kind of what we want as men. At least when we're younger, until we realize that we only really need one woman. But the ability to attract multiple women, that is an attractive thing to us. As a man, you want to be a magnetic person. You want to attract people because that means you're abundant. You probably have other things going on for you. So it's not necessarily a bad trait to have. And so it's not terrible for men to chase self-development, self-improvement for the dating marketplace to get better women. Okay? So we're going to talk about how weird that is and the interplay there. So firstly, on the self-development side, you need to improve 3 areas: your physical, your mental, and your spiritual. And there's a couple of tenets, I'd say, of each one to kind of gauge your progress. But like, guys, this is very simple. As far as physical side, body, sleep, nutrition, okay, your skin, your hair, your nails, how you look, your physical aspect, your outside, and your inside, your organs. Try and feel better. Get outside. Go for a walk. Go to the gym. Just start eating less food from processed garbage that's out in the store. Or, God forbid, fast food. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. Please, guys, it's so fucking expensive. And it's terrible for you. It's fucking terrible. Just go to the Mexican aisle and get some fucking beans. They're good for you. And they taste really fucking good if you mix them with rice. And then you get some tortilla chips, and it's fucking awesome. All right, so try it out. Maybe put some chorizo in there. Not a plug. All right, but improve your nutrition. Improve your sleep. Start going to bed on time. No more doom scrolling at like 11 o'clock at night. You don't need to fucking do that. Just go to bed. Just go to... The mattress is there. Just go. It wants you. Okay? Nextly, mental, wisdom, knowledge. You have to improve these. How can you do that? Podcasts, educational videos, going online, whatever you're passionate about, do something towards it. Don't just keep wasting your time on bullshit. I understand video games are fun. I play video games too. It's something I've always been passionate about. But unless I dedicate my entire life to it, it's not going to be an income stream, right? Or a source of purpose in my life, which usually money and purpose go hand in hand, right? So the more time you waste on it, it's just a fucking waste. Just don't do it. Spend your time on things that improve you. Improve your mental. Make you feel better. Make you more mindful. Okay? Be just better. Just try and understand more. Every time something happens in your existence, in your reality, understand that the universe is working for you, through you. And so sometimes those bad things are good things. They're blessings in disguise. Sometimes something bad happens so that something better can come into your life. Sometimes people have to leave your life in order for good things to enter them. Okay? So improve your mental aspect. This is part of self-development. And spiritual. Intuition, discernment, karma, transmutation. Why are these important? And why should every man start to do them as part of self-development? So, start with intuition. That's the little voice telling you what you should do. All right? We all have it. Don't fucking lie. I see you. All right? Everybody has it. And it's telling you what to do. And the shit part of life is that all the music, all the media, all the TV and the movies and the bullshit and the cell phones and the emails and the work and the blah, 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 it's all there to distract you from that little fucking voice. And you know what? That voice is a whisper. You can sometimes barely hear it. But sometimes, if you go out early in the morning, it's very, very loud. And it will tell you some things. So we should all try and tap into it. We should try and develop it. Try and step into it, because that's what's going to serve our life the best down the road. Discernment is looking at something, deciding that it's no good for you, so you can't have it in your life. You're not going to say the person that does it is bad, right? If you can't drink alcohol and you can't be around it at all, like it's that bad you can't be around it at all, then maybe you shouldn't hang out with people that go to the bar. Okay? That doesn't mean they're bad for drinking alcohol. You just can't be there. I'm sorry, guys. I'll hang out with you, but there's no booze allowed. That's discernment. It's setting boundaries. It's knowing your limits and stepping into who you are and who your perfect version of yourself is. Why would you do anything else? Why the fuck would you ever do anything else? That sounds miserable. That's no fun. Karma. Do the right thing because you understand that if you do the bad thing, it's like a boomerang. Even bad thoughts come back to you like a boomerang. You throw them out into the universe. You say, oh, I hope that person's misfortunate. Well, guess what? You're about to be misfortunate. Something bad's about to happen to you. You think about violence too much. You act too aggressively. Well, then you'll find yourself in situations where violence will be prevalent. Okay? I used to do this all the time back in the day. I always would get myself into physical altercations in college. All the fucking time. Because I was that guy. And I told myself I was that guy. I was like, bro, if I drink too much, I'm going to get into a fight. And guess what? Every time I went out, I drank too much. And the next thing I knew, I was getting into a fight. It was fucking great. It was biblical. It was hilarious how it works like that. I love it. All right. But you need to understand karma. You have to understand the decisions and what you put out in the universe. What you ask for is what you receive. So why don't you give out good energy and you receive it back? You know, you reap what you sow. That works both ways. That works both fucking ways, guys. So if you start thinking about things negatively, you're going to have more negative shit appearing, and it's not fun, and you can control it. So why wouldn't you fucking control it? I fucking control it. Just fucking do it, all right? Transmutation. This is when you have negative emotions. They pop up, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess I have to feel sad right now. And then you experience it. You experience that sadness, and that's usually what people do. That's the end point. They experience the pain of whatever that sadness is, and then they sometimes suffer it, which is in a future present moment that isn't that original pain, that original sadness. They look back at that sadness and they feel sad in the future. Why the fuck would you do that? Don't do that. So transmutation, what it is you look at the sadness, you understand, you're like, why am I sad? Maybe you had a parent die, okay? Maybe something terrible like that happened. And you look at that sadness and you want to understand. You're like, why am I so sad? And you just have to deep down, it's because of that loss. You feel like you lost something because of their physical presence is no longer there. But they're still there. Their spirit is still there. The memories are still there. They're still alive within you. Right? So then from that understanding, you can have eternal love come in. Where you're just like, no matter what, they're not actually gone. They're actually a part of you even more so. They're always with you. There isn't a physical boundary anymore. They're always there because everyone's just eternal. Right? So right now, you're probably being visited from past souls. Who fucking knows? That would be pretty cool. But discernment is looking at the negative, bad emotions that you don't want to feel, and instead of experiencing immeasurable amounts of suffering for no fucking reason, looking back at things, look at it, understand it, transmute it, move it up. because understanding is a higher emotion. And then through the understanding, you could gain love, or maybe joy, or maybe bliss. Okay? So all the good things actually come through that transmutative process. Okay? Raising of the energy. That's what we want to do. Right? So, going on, after self-development, which you should never stop doing as a man, it is your job to permanently improve no matter what. It doesn't matter. You're the team leader. Okay? Period. End of fucking discussion. You're the one leading the household. You're the one that's responsible for everything. At the end of the day, if something goes wrong, it's your fault. It's always your fault. So you should always be self-improving to make sure your odds of success are always as high as humanly possible. Because it's your fucking job. It is your right. Your God-given right from birth as a man to lead. So step into it. Start leading. But as you self-improve, as you develop as a man into that king, you're raising your vibration. And that old saying, you look better, you feel better, is true. And what does feeling mean? On a vibrational chart, if you look at it, if you were to say feel, well, you could feel sad, it would be down here. If you feel lovely, it would be up here. Okay, well, so if you look better, you feel better, it's raising your vibration. That's true. You're improving yourself. Physically, mentally, spiritually, you're looking better in all the ways. Looking better does not just mean how you look on the outside, your physical attractiveness. There's other things that play into it. Your charisma plays into it, right? Your wisdom, your intelligence, everything, who you are as a person. People can sense that. They can judge that for themselves. They can feel it. So as you raise your vibration, let's bring this back to dating, right? That's the original intent of the video. You're going to be attracting a lot more women, right? You're just attractive in general. I mean, compared to the average guy, and I want to paint a picture, most people, what they're told is you go off to school, you get your job, and then they just stop. They just stop. They watch the Netflix, they play the video games, they find somebody in college, and whatever it may be. They get married or they try and date. However it works out, usually they stop improving. They stop working on themselves. Okay? They'll just consign themselves to a life of being fat and lazy for no reason. It's just like this self-perpetuated suffering, and it's wild. But the thing is, if you are on this path, if you are self-improving, you are going to be standing out so much as you go off that you're going to attract a large amount of women. And the paradox comes in that if you want to improve, if you want to date the best women, you essentially have to date no women. Isn't that fucked up? Because the thing is, self-development takes time. It does. It takes a lot of time, guys. You're working on your passion. You're working on your purpose. You're spending your time with yourself, with God, really experiencing life to the fullest and improving and trying to leave this mortal coil, this mortal existence, I guess. It depends on your viewpoint of life. But that's like the ultimate goal. You're like, I want to fucking leave, and all these women, there's an army chasing you now because you've been self-improving. And you're like, whoa, hey, fucking stop. Like, the goal line is at the very end, and as a man, you're like, that's the queen energy, right? That's the perfect woman. The absolute perfect one. And to get to her, you have to be the best version of yourself humanly possible, and that's where the paradox comes in. It's to get the absolute best woman, you have to ignore women. To be the best at dating, you have to not date. It's so weird. It's like the more you step away, the more it chases you, right? Instead of you chasing them, you're attracting them. It's like a magnetic pull. Because you're improving your energy, they want to come to you. That's how this all works. The energy is the attractive part. It's not about physical. This is all fucking bullshit, right? It's about the energy. They love the energy. So that's why Next part, I talk about celibacy versus love. And I would use your discernment. So I've mentioned it before. I choose to be celibate. It's not that I don't have options. It's just that it would be a waste of my time. Genuinely speaking, it's just not worth it. It's not. There's so much drama. There's so much bullshit that's involved in dating. And there's a very specific thing I'm looking for, and I'm sick of being told. You're like, they'll say, oh, that's misogynistic. Oh, you shouldn't have standards. I was like, I have such high standards for my own fucking life. Why is it out of the question that I have high standards for you? And why also does it make you a bad guy to push women away? Right? So that's why I just remove myself. It's not worth my time. The right one will come to you. And then it is your job to use discernment to figure out if that is the love of your life. Because love is a multiplicative effect on energy. It just compounds, right? So wherever you are as a man on your journey, it's just going to get better. Like you're just going to leave. But if you spend your time dating around for lust, well, your journey is going to kind of be plateaued a little bit because you keep dragging it down. Lust is a low energetic state, okay? So living down there, it's not worth it. You're going to kill your journey. So that's why I say celibacy versus love. Celibacy does not mean you can't date, okay? It just means you're not going to sleep with a woman unless that's your fucking girlfriend, who doesn't get the title of girlfriend unless she's already displayed wifey tendencies. And then she doesn't get a fucking ring until she displays mother tendencies. That's how this should work. I don't know why we played this stupid game. Like, who decided we're gonna let the women make the rules on how dating works? Acting like you run the house. That's adorable. No, you don't. Stop it. So guys, if you want to attract the most women, I wrote up some affirmations that I think you guys should all include in your journal, or you just say out loud throughout the day, that will help you attract more women. If that is your intent, you want more women, that's fine. That's great. Good on you. I would recommend finding one that you're absolutely in love with, but if you love to enjoy that right now and you're a younger guy, all power to you. Do not do anything too evil, okay? Try and date these women. Don't be a fuckboy. Being a fuckboy is disgusting. We don't, women follow what men do. They follow the lead. So maybe don't do that. And I would be eternally grateful to the fuckboys for stopping their fuckboyery. But to attract more women, I am attractive. Just repeat it in your head. I'm dead serious. It works. It's a declarative statement. It bleeds into your subconscious, and you're telling yourself you're attractive. I'm attractive. It's a beautiful thing. You attract it into your reality. People see you as more attractive because you see yourself as more attractive. You start picking up more attractive traits and qualities and doing more attractive things and activities. It really changes the way you think if you start using affirmations. The next one I like is I am magnetic. Right? What is a magnet? They attract things. Okay? Or they repel things. I like to say I'm a magnet for good things, and I repel bad things. I like to plant in what I accept and what I don't into my subconscious. That works the best for me. Try whatever works the best for you. Next one is I am love, which kind of sounds weird, but at the same time, it does work. And the reason it works is if you just implant the feeling of love on yourself, you're going to start, I don't want to say feeling love, because I mean, like, what does that even feel like? But you're going to start experiencing it in ways you haven't really felt in a long time if you keep repeating it to yourself. And for me, especially, it's like when I deal with family members. Like, they're just so much more loving. And same with friends, always like all the hugs. It's great. Social interactions, everyone, it's compliments all around. It's very loving, very gentle, very kind, nurturing. So, saying it to yourself does play a part in your reality. It's kind of like we co-create this thing all together. So it would be crazy what happens if we were all to start saying these affirmations at the same time. I wonder what would happen to their matrix. And then finally, the final one is, I am attracting love into my life at all times. So this is just, like I said, to attract all those loving interactions. You're going to start to do more loving habits to yourself. You're going to receive love from others. You're going to give love out to others. You're going to say thank you more. You're going to feel more grateful about life. Okay? Use the power of words. They are spells. Okay? Because, spelling, to put a word together is letters. And what do you call it when you look at a fucking word? It's how do you spell it? And a spell is like Harry Potter, like casting a spell. You know what the fuck I'm saying? Cast some spells, all right? I'm a fireball. I am a fireball. I am a fireball.